Hi, this is Pat from the Animatronic Shop, and we're going to continue with building this Papercraft model, and now we're actually going to start putting these pieces together. So we have the cheeks and the mouth, the top of the head, and the two eye sockets. Now I'm going to sort of look at it and see where I want to go next that makes some sense. So everything will line up just right and things won't get too much out of kilter. So I'm going to fold those up and take a look what if I did that right now. That might be good, but this is going to be a little piece that's kind of dangling there. So I don't want to do that yet. I think I'm going to go, I'll be able to get a really good alignment on one of these big edges of the eye. Fold my folds down because I know that I want that to be kind of a hard edge. So I think here's where I'm going to go, because I can actually feel it kind of lock into place there. So that's where I'm going to go. So if you go and you take on a tiny little edge right now, there's a good chance it might not be lined up just the way it needs to be. So if you work with like a larger edge here, you know, you have a lot more, a bigger fold and flap for you to deal with and line up and get it just the way it needs to be. And I think I have it just like so. You see? Now, doing that same symmetrical thing I was talking about before, I'm going to now do the same thing on the opposite side. So I don't have too much time into this. Maybe I haven't really been keeping track of the time other than how many little video clips I've been making. But maybe I have like well, I could say I might have a half an hour, but I could really have like 3 hours, because you really get immersed into making this. So this might even be something that you might want to do all in one sitting. Or you might want to do it in the course of a couple of evenings. It would be a great weekend project to take on in this way. Oh, I dropped my toothpick in the glue. Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. Make sure that's... So there we go. Now I have the two eye sockets are in. And you can see this is going to go and sit up on there. And we're getting closer to wrapping up the hardest part of our chrome cyborg skull head. Now I'm thinking now might be the time that I go and do, I'm going to do it. We're going to put that part, this part, we're going to join these two. But I'm only going to do one side of this at a time. This is important. This is the center part of your model. This is like right dead center. So you want to make sure that that's as pretty and as perfect as you can get it. And if you did things just right, you almost don't have to even look at it. It just kind of finds the right spot because of the folds that are in the paper. Hold that just long enough to make sure that it's glued. And now I'm going to look at the back side and get that other little tab of the other side of the bridge of the nose. And I'll just hold that into place. I'm going to show you in a little bit a neat little trick that I found that really helps you making a model that's not all crooked and looks all weird, but comes out looking just like what you planned. See, look, he's starting to, ooh, he's looking really cool. So now I can start to tuck these flaps in and I can get a good idea of how we did so far. And I think we did pretty good. Make sure these flaps kind of find where they're supposed to go. Neato. Oh, wait till you finish making this. He's pretty cool. And it's definitely easier building one of these when you don't have to work with a camera like. So there we go, you see, he's starting to like really take shape now. So it's almost about done. So now I'm going to see what I want to glue next. I think I'm going to go in and start gluing from this middle out. So I'm going to tackle one eye at a time. I'm going to do that. And these couple of flaps right here. So this way in one shot I'm almost doing like gluing like a couple of flaps that are like right in a corner. Or maybe not. I'm just going to do this one. Yeah, back to the one at a time flap. Yeah, sometimes when you try to do more than one at a time, then it starts to become a lot harder than it should be. So I'm just doing this one little flap in here right now. Perfect. That was much easier. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Little bit of glue in there, and oh yeah, one flap at a time. Every once in a while I go, let me try to do like 2 or 3, and most of the time it never works out well. But when you're doing it on a video, you're also going, maybe I want to try to do it faster. I want to try to do it faster. So I'm just continue to glue the flaps. And hopefully in not too long we'll have this wrapped up. Now I'm going to continue working out from the eye socket out and around. Sometimes it's tricky getting the right under and over of the flaps. And you'll see that once you get the right orientation, they sort of just kind of lock into one another. But sometimes it's a little fidgety with how you have to get them into place like that. But once you do, they just sort of kind of lock into one another. And you wouldn't be able to really glue it in too wrong of a place because it's locking into the flap to the side of it. And you'll see it's kind of like a feel. You're gonna feel that. So now I'm gonna do these bottoms of the eye socket. See, now I can actually start to like look at this from the back and fold that around, and I know that it's going to be just perfect up over here. Cool. Same thing on the other side. So it's not really hard, it just takes a bit of time and definitely some patience. But then when you see how awesome it comes out at the end, your patience will all be worthwhile. So it really is a matter of just thinking, which part do I want to do next? And sometimes the piece will actually like kind of tell you which one. Because as you continue to look at it coming together, you'll see that this piece will say, if you want to continue, I'm the one you need to glue next. Like this one right here. I want to continue moving out, so that's obviously the one. Same thing on this side. What do you think? He's coming along, right? Now these sides of the eyes. Well, just a tiny little bit more glue in there. Just to get that nice and okay. Other side. I'm going to take a quick look and see how much time we have on this video clip to see if we continue on this video or roll it into another one. Okay, I'm going to see how much time we have here, but there you see oh, that was 18 minutes. Okay, we're going to cut this video off and come back in the next one.